manager, Dana Brown.
All right, hello everybody. Thanks for coming. Today is an exciting day for us here in Houston. We made a massive addition to our organization and our roster. First, I'd like to thank Jim Crane and ownership for being committed to winning. Jim's very committed to winning, and that makes us excited around here. I will say that our fan base is fired up. We had a nice fan fest this weekend, and then just the buzz of having a guy like Josh Hader come on board, everybody was very excited. First of all, let me give a shout out to some of our front office. We put a lot of work in to get this done. I'd like to give special thanks to Andrew Ball, Anthony Cascione, and Matt Hogan. I got to be honest with you, we got this done pretty quickly, and we were really fired up about getting it done. A signing like this in this organization, there's many people involved, and it's an organizational effort, I would say. I had to talk a little bit with Jeff Bagwell, who was very instrumental, and also, of course, Joe Espada. We got a chance to talk about, this new addition. And it's just exciting to deal with the agents. I dealt with Jeff Berry for a long time, CAA. We ended up getting this thing done, him and his partner, Matt Ricardo. It was just all in all, good conversation to get to where we are today. And I'd like to thank Maria and Lucas for being here, and Dad Tom. And, this is a family thing. When you sign to come here and play in Houston, it's a family thing, and we have our family relations department, who we're very grateful for, Marion Harper, who did a good job talking to the family, making them feel comfortable about the situation that they were going to be involved in. And so, the other thing, when you sign a player like this, you also have members of your club that you try to get some information from. And we had great conversations with Ryan Presley. Ryan Presley is a true professional, and at the end of the day, he's excited about the team getting better, and we're all excited about Josh coming on board. How did we get here? We got here because last Tuesday, I said, you know what, we were having a meeting in the front office, and we were talking about getting some help in the bullpen. And so we decided that, you know what, maybe we should just take a run at Hader. And what we did, I gave my man a call, Jeff Berry here, and we started to talk a little bit. When I first called him, he was on a call, and he's like, I'll call you back. I said, look, I need to talk right now. We got to get something done. And so he called me back, of course, real quick. In about 72 hours, we put this thing together. And I would like to say, with this new addition, we're very excited. And so to everybody out here, we just signed Josh Hader, and we're very excited about it. And I'd like to present that to everyone here and to our organization and our fan base. Josh. All right. Let's go, Lefty.
Dana, let's take some pictures. Joe.
There we go.
Okay, guys. Okay, Josh.
All right, so first and foremost, I have to give the glory to God. Without him, none of this would be possible. I'd like to thank Jim, Dana, Jeff for, being very direct in this process. It was a quick process that shared the same long interest. Not only going to the playoffs, but also winning multiple World Series. And, this team knows how to do that, and the consistency these guys show day in and day out, that's something we wanted to be a part of. Thanks to my wife for holding this family down, through this journey, taking care of our son Lucas, and, just being alone weeks at a time, and it takes a strong woman to do that. That's passionate and selfless, and I love you for that. My pops introducing me to this great game, instilling hard work, dedication, sticking through it when things get hard, and not giving up. No matter what. I didn't get here on my own. It takes a team and a ton of people along the way, to impact my career and shape me into the player I am today. And huge thanks to CAA and Jeff, Matt, and Evan for being here and helping us, make this happen. It wouldn't be possible without you guys. From the first day I stepped in the pro ball, I've learned a lot. I tried, I failed, and repeated. I never stopped learning along the way, no matter how much success I had. And, I'll leave you with this, Houston. I promise to give you all I have on the field and in the community. We're excited. We're excited to be here, to win now, and many years to come. So appreciate everybody here, and thanks, Houston.
Okay, you've already heard the names, but seated in the front row is our Josh's beautiful family, wife Maria, son Lucas, and his dad Tom. We're all so happy that you could join us for this very special occasion. Okay, I'm going to open up the questions now. Raise your hands if you guys have a question for us. We'll go Christy, Brian, and Chandler.
Josh, you were with this team almost a decade, or more than a decade ago, and did you imagine playing for the Astros at that time, in the big leagues? And is it crazy all these years later that you're going to be doing it?
Yeah, I mean, from the moment I got traded over here, I thought would impact the team. But you know how this baseball journey goes. Things happen. For Houston at the time, and for the Brewers, they were in a position where they needed players now, and I think the reason, I think that's kind of how it goes sometimes, where there's a part in your career where things happen for a reason, and just for us to be back here and be able to just join a great team that's already put together from the top down, and I think we all share the same goals and passion, and that's to win a World Series and multiple. So we're just really excited to be here.
Okay, Brian, Chandler, and then Matt Kawahara.
Josh, they mentioned Ryan Presley earlier, obviously a pretty accomplished closer. Did you sign here to be the closer? What were those discussions about your role going forward?
We signed here to win baseball games, to win a championship, and I think, like Dana said, Ryan's on the same boat, and we're all in the same boat to, do whatever we can and win ball games and take it to the final step.
Okay, Chandler, and then Matt.
Hey, Josh. How comfortable are you getting more than 3 outs in a game? That's something you haven't done a ton. And getting to meet Joe today, what were your conversations like with Joe about kind of your role and how he envisions this bullpen working?
That was one of the things, we really strived on, was Houston committed to us, and, we shared the same commitments both ways. So at the end of the day, as long as we're winning ball games and we can help the team out any way we can, that's going to be the end goal.
Okay, Matt.
Josh, as Dana mentioned, this came together pretty quickly. Just what was your first reaction when you heard that Houston was interested?
Honestly, we were really excited. A little backstory. Obviously, we were here. My wife and I met in Corpus Christi, and there's just a lot of full circle moments that involved the Astros and just everybody around the organization. And that was one of the places that we really had in mind. Like, why not be here? We've had a connection before, and this is an organization that really strives ourselves on relationships, to be, together and be a part of like a big family, and that's something that Maria and I really wanted to be a part of, and it's a special place here, and obviously they've done great things for so many years now, and obviously to be a part of that for 5 more, that's something that really got us excited.
Okay, Adam and then Chandler again.
Josh, did you have a chance to work with Josh Miller when you were coming up through the system, and have you two been able to connect since you signed?
Yeah, so actually when we were through the minor leagues, he was actually coming up as well. He was a key role in just the analytic part of baseball, and getting to know him, obviously I only spent a few years with him before I got shipped out, but he's a person that I know. He's very smart. what he uses for analytics, but also knows the game of baseball. And I think it's going to be a good mix between him and I, just because obviously having that relationship helps. But like I said, to always learn to try and develop as many pitches as I can and to master those. And I think he's a guy that's going to help me take it to the next level. Him and Murphy.
Okay, Chandler, then Brian.
Josh, have you ever crossed paths with Ryan Presley before? And do you feel the need to kind of reach out and have a conversation with him before maybe spring training before you guys get there?
Yeah, so I've never met him before, but I've always watched him. Obviously, I watch playoff baseball a lot, and he's a guy that he's for the team. He's a leader, and someone that a lot of players look up to. We've had a conversation, just introducing each other, and we're excited to get together, be able to see each other in spring, and just learn from each other. I think that's the biggest thing. Is this guy? You've seen what he's done in the postseason. No matter what he does, and he's a guy that you want on your side and you want to learn from.
Okay, Brian, then Christy.
You mentioned Corpus Christi. There was a ton of talent on that team. Just kind of, did you expect a lot of those guys would go on to have the careers they did, or what do you remember about that group of individuals? I guess in 2015.
Yeah, even before that, when I came over in 15 or 13 with the low A team, we pretty much grew up, for a few years just playing with each other and winning championships. And I think that was the culture that this organization has, is that they want to win. And a lot of those guys made it to the big leagues, and most of them are still in the big leagues. So it just tells you what this organization is about, and really what every guy on that team is. I think that's what built my career, is the competition alongside of each other, to strive to be, friendly competition is what gets you better, right? And that's really what really impacted my career.
Okay, Christy.
Joe, could you weigh in on being able to add a player of this caliber to an already very good team?
Oh, I'm very excited about this. This is a big day. Adding someone like Josh to our team, to an already elite team, he puts us a step closer to achieving our goals, which is getting back to the World Series. And today is a big day for Houston.
Okay, another question? Raise your hands, guys. Okay.
For Joe, and I will appreciate if you can answer both in English and Spanish. So what is the message that this team is giving, having this kind of sign?
Commitment to winning. I think Dana made a good point. Jim in this organization is about winning. It's about continue to succeed here in Houston, and signing someone like Josh, it shows the willingness for us to do whatever it takes to win. El mensaje es claro, queremos ganar. Y una firma como Josh Hader para este equipo, pues demuestra la actitud, el deseo que nosotros tenemos para ganar. Muchas gracias a Jim y a Dana por traer este jugador aquí a este equipo, porque verdaderamente nos ponen en una posición pues para seguir ganando juegos.
Okay, Jason in the back.
Hi, Josh. Are you the type of guy that needs a defined role to feel most comfortable in games?
I think this game is a routine-based game, right? And I think when we all have the same goal in mind, you make things work. And like I said before, the commitment that the Astros made to me is the same commitment that I'm making to them. And moving forward, we're going to do anything we can to win.
Okay, any further questions? Okay. Right.
Buenas tardes, Joe.
Buenas tardes.
Josh Hader, how you doing, man? Welcome to Houston.
Appreciate it.
If you can just talk a little bit more about what you mentioned, this acquisition kind of getting you guys closer to returning to the World Series. If you can answer that in Spanish, please. Joe.
Sí, pues como todo el mundo sabe, nuestro compromiso es siempre llegar a una Serie Mundial. Firmando un jugador como Josh Hader, pues nos pone un paso más cerca pues para llegar a esa oportunidad. Pero esto es más grande de el commitment que nos da en la organización, que queremos ganar, el compromiso a ganar, la unidad, y oye, Josh Hader nos pone a nosotros en una posición pues más cerca de llegar a esa posición, de llegar a otra Serie Mundial.
Okay, Chancellor, and then Chandler, and then Ari.
For Josh, just knowing all the work that you put in over the years, what has signed a record-breaking contract like this and the commitment that was made to you?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is being able to have a long-term commitment with an organization that sees the same thing. I think when you start this this game and the career of playing baseball, then the goal is to win the ultimate thing, and that's the World Series. And when a team has already done that multiple times and they know how to get there and they know how to take it all the way through the playoffs, you can learn something like that in your career. And I think that was the one thing that I was missing in my career, that I could benefit from them, and they thought that I could help them as well. So like I said, this is a relationship that is going to be longer than, I believe, 5 years, but this is a commitment that, to myself, to them, that, as a whole, to this fan base, to this community, I think it just goes a long way.
Josh, can you think back to 2015 and your reaction when you got told you were being traded, and kind of what that did to you and kind of how it set you on this whirlwind?
Yeah, I mean, previously before that, I was actually maybe less than a year in pro ball when I got traded to Houston, and then following that, 2015, I want to say we were in Midland, Texas, playing the A's organization, and it was me, Hauser, and Philly, and Domingo wasn't with us; he was up in AAA. But I remember us clinching to go to the playoffs for our team, and I believe it was like that next day we rolled out. So it was a lot of fun. I mean, like I said, it was a lot of competition, friendly competition within ourselves, and like I said, there's reasons why things happen that way, and learned a lot.
Okay, Ari here, and then Joe in the back.
Josh, after having teammates that have gone on to play in the playoffs with this team, and you went on to play in the playoffs with other teams, what have you kind of learned about the way that the Astros have approached the playoffs, obviously given all their success, and just watching from afar and seeing what they've done these past 7 years?
I believe it was just, they never gave up. Each guy had each other's backs, and I think that was one of the things that you see from the outside looking in, is that these guys are passionate, but not just passionate about the game, but passionate with each other. And, I think when you have that camaraderie between each other, I think that's how you get to that ultimate goal. It's not just having talent on the field, it's having that gel, that clubhouse, that everybody is a big family. And I think that was one of the biggest things looking in. It was like, you want to be a part of something like that.
Okay, Joe, and then back
Hey,
to
Josh,
Matt.
back in the back. Welcome to Houston. What do you know about Houston as a city? It's kind of a big, small city. A lot of people care about each other here. Just how excited are you to have your family here, and maybe what do you know about our city so far?
Yeah, I know the fan base is one of the best. They love their teams. Obviously, the Texans, for what they've done in the playoffs for NFL, but for what the Astros also have done, they rally behind each other. They rally behind the players on the field, and I think as a player, that's the most important thing. We play this game because of them and for the city, and I believe that's something that you want to be a part of.
Okay, Matt.
Just from what you've seen of both Presley and also Brian Abreu, how would you evaluate sort of that back-end bullpen trio now that you're part of?
It's a great trio to be a part of. It's a scary one, I think there's a lot to learn from each other. And that's one of the biggest things I'm excited about, just to be able to sit down and talk to them and kind of how their mindset is and how they approach the game. Obviously, you've seen what they've done through their seasons, and like I said, the friendly competition, that's how you get yourself better. And to be a part of guys like that and just this whole team, it's special.
Joe, una más para ti, por favor. Casi más o menos tocando ese mismo tema. ¿Cómo ves ahora el bullpen? Tienes a tres brazos muy, muy fuertes, hablando de Brian Abreu, Ryan Presley y ahora Josh Hader. ¿Cómo lo ves el bullpen y también la importancia para ganar partidos esta próxima temporada? Just kind of piggybacking off of that, talk about, this bullpen with Abreu, Presley, now Josh Hader, and the other guys. Just how do you see it so far?
Pues sí, me gusta la idea, me pongo a pensar de la idea de cómo podemos acortar el juego, ¿sabe? Nuestros iniciadores haciendo su trabajo, y después cuando tengamos la ventaja, después de esa sexta entrada, el juego se convierte en algo bien divertido para nosotros, algo bien emocionante, ya teniendo estas tres piezas en la parte de atrás del bullpen. Pero también por la experiencia que tienen como lanzadores ganadores. Estos tres lanzadores pues saben cómo ganar, saben cómo ayudarse y vamos a necesitar los tres para ayudarnos pues a llegar a la Serie Mundial. Pero también pues lo que me gusta de la oportunidad es que también tenemos más piezas en el bullpen que nos van a ayudar. Podemos hablar aquí todo el día de Abreu, Presley y Hader, pero también hay otras piezas que vamos a necesitar pues para ganar y para mantenernos saludables toda la temporada.
Okay, time for a couple more. Chandler.
Dana, obviously the back three in your bullpen is pretty elite, but I guess how do you feel about the depth around them? And are you open to maybe adding a little bit more depth there to give you guys some insurance kind of in the middle relief area, the bridge to that back end?
Yeah, I think we're really strong, as you said, on the back end. And at the end of the day, I think we have some internal candidates that we're going to look at, for innings 5 and 6, for starters get into trouble. But if we have an opportunity, we're always in the business of improving the club whenever we can. So, whether it's pitching or position player or whatever, we're still always looking to improve this club, no matter what.
Okay. Any last questions? Okay, last one right here.
For Joe again, I can tell since the very first second you entered the room that you are excited about this.
Yeah, I am.
And I appreciate if you can also answer both in English and Spanish. What was your first reaction when this was done?
Cuando escuché la noticia que Dana me dice, yo lo firmamos, pues súper contento como dirigente. Uno se pone inmediatamente a pensar cómo vamos a dirigir el juego. Y cuando tú añades una pieza como esta, pues las cosas se ponen un poquito más fácil cuando uno empieza a pensar de los últimos 6, 9 outs del juego. Por eso es que ven mi sonrisa y mi felicidad tan pronto pues, entré por esa puerta.
Okay, we'll wrap up the Q&A right now. I've got to grab Josh, do a quick hit with Space City Home Network in the back. Dana and Joe, if you guys want to stick around for a couple minutes, if you guys have follow-up questions. And after we're done, you get a chance to just say a quick hello to Joe. You can to Josh. You can introduce yourself, so he knows who you guys are. Okay.
Awesome.